Welcome to another episode of Pitstop Fracas. I am your host, Mahad, and we're back for the 2022 season. Firstly, apologies. We've been dropping sporadically. We've been dropping on random days, but from after the Bahrain test, we're dropping every Monday for the rest of the season. I promise you that. And today, I'm joined by Richard. Richard, how are we doing? Are you excited for the new season?
That's good, bro. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Been watching a bit of preseason and whatnot. Mercedes is looking a bit, but it's going to be exciting to see, who's got it right with the regulations, who hasn't. So looking forward to it, fam.
It's the dawn of a new era, man. We're here to experience it. Kwame, brother Kwame, how you doing?
I'm okay. Could be better. It's been a bit of a hell of a week, but no, we move. F1's back on this weekend, so looking forward to that. Be interesting to see who comes out on top.
All right, I hear that. Sanctions FC. That's why you're a bit down, yeah. All right, Chelsea.
It's not even just that, man.
Yeah, hold that. And you too, Antz, hold that.
Antz, we're joined by Antz as well. If you're not watching on YouTube, Antz, it's been a while, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Good to be back with the Pitstop family and that. Another member of Sanctions FC. So. Yeah, but I mean, it's only Wednesday for Kwame to be saying it's a long week. That's kind of crazy still.
No. It's not even sanctions, bro. I said like my personal life and my phone book. Man. Yeah, man. Them ones, bro. It's not even just Sanctions FC. Sanctions FC is in the GC. You saw me. I was calm. I wasn't worried. You know what I mean?
At least you got
F1 as a distraction. Got you feeling away, yeah?
Not even, bro. Not even. Something like that.
At least you guys got F1 as a distraction now, because we are back after how many days? Since the 12th of the 12th, we haven't had any cars on track, and we're going to have cars on track this weekend in Bahrain. Before we get started, just the usual plugs that we do. Follow us at Pitstop Fracas on Twitter. Follow us on Pitstop Fracas on Instagram. And subscribe to our new YouTube. So we've got a new YouTube channel now. We've got a YouTube channel called Pitstop Fracas, same name. Please subscribe. Our views are not matching up with subscribers, so don't know what's going on. And I know you're sitting there at home watching it and not subscribing. Just press subscribe if you like the thing. Just like it, subscribe. Help a brother out. Help us brothers out. You know what I mean? We're gonna be giving you content every week. So listen, we're doing it for the people. So we appreciate all the love that we've been given over the last year, and we're going to push forward this season. Today we're going to do something a bit different. We're talking about the 2022 season, but we're going to play a little game called Agree or Disagree. So we've got 10 statements for the 10 different teams. So one statement a team, and I'm going to go around and see who agrees with it, who disagrees with the statement. So it's going to be reverse order, so whoever finished last in the constructors. So the first question's about Haas, and this statement is: Kevin Magnussen hampers Mick Schumacher's development in F1. Do you guys agree or disagree? It's a long pause.
I'll jump in first, I guess. Listen. If Mick is really the talent that we think he is, he's got Schumacher blood in him, so obviously he's a talented guy. I personally don't think your teammate should really impact whether you grow or develop in the sport if you're that good of a talent. So I guess we'll find out A, whether he's that good, and B, if he's actually in fact going to be hampered by Magnussen. I don't really think so, but you never know. I think if you put some of the greatest talents, for example, when Lewis jumped in 2007 alongside Alonso, that was his first season. You couldn't really say that he was hampered by Alonso in terms of his development, but I mean, he was hampered in other ways for sure. But I think Mick will be all right, and he's got I think it'll be good for him in the long run because he's got a barometer of someone who's actually pretty talented in an F1 car compared to Mazepin to go off and go against. So yeah, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, I think when you make that point about having no kind of read of how good he is in F1 because his teammate was Mazepin is kind of muddied the waters about how much do we know about Mick Schumacher. Is he that talented within an F1 car? K-Mag's experienced guy, but I don't know. I kind of agree with the statement only because if he dusts him and K-Mag's, he's not. I won't say he's a bad driver at all. And if they start to make that approach and say, okay, K-Mag, you're the number one driver, Mick, you're the second driver, that looks bad on Mick. I'm not gonna lie. Richard, what's your thoughts? Do you agree or disagree with the statement?
I disagree with the statement, to be fair, because like what Antz said, did Alonso really hamper Lewis's developments? No, not particularly. No, obviously everyone's, how to put it, a different sort of talent in a way. So people like grow differently and develop differently and whatnot. Some people need weak teammates. Other people can just go up against anyone, sort of thing. So yeah, I think if Mick matches up with Kevin, well, like throughout the whole season, in terms of quality and race pace and like head-to-head record, I think he'll be all right. But if he gets like dusted by him, where like, so if K-Mag cheats Mick, how Mick cheated Mazepin, then scary hours, to be fair, because this is a K-Mag that's been out for a year. Okay, you said it's only a year, but if you're really that guy, you should be able to match up with at least someone like K-Mag, because he's not the most talented driver in the world. I mean, he's decent, but he's not like groundbreaking, is he? So yeah, I want to say I disagree. If he's that guy, you should be okay, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, Kwame, what's your thoughts? Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I disagree with the statement. I feel like now mixing the team with an experienced driver. I feel like K-Mag came into the team knowing where he's at. I feel like K-Mag's experience will help Mick improve the driver. I feel like also having a faster driver as well should push Mick to try and match the speed on the track compared to someone like Nikita, who Mick was dusting about. And people can say K-Mag, he may be one of the guys who's very kind of brash when it comes to quote unquote interviews or how he treats his teams, quote unquote per se. He's just has in the past. But I feel like even with that aspect of K-Mag's personality, I feel like I feel like there'll be a more mature K-Mag. Don't get me wrong, I still feel like he'll still be doing the brash jokes and brash comments, quote unquote suck my balls. That's a quote by the way from me said that K-Mag will still be about, but I don't feel like it will be to the detriment of the team just because of where the team is with the whole Ferrari aspect of it with Mick. I feel like there's a good future in that team now. That makes sense. Like the Merkel is not there no more, so I don't think it will hamper Mick.
And the car looked decent. I'm not gonna lie. The Haas, it's not looking like a scrub.
It looked fast, man. It looked fast. Even as it's a bit unreliable, and people can say they only went fastest when nobody's out there on the track. They still have some speed, and the car looks very innovative as well. So, I mean, there's some good stuff for Haas at the moment, man. They just need to hope that it's better than last year. Well, that's not even that hard, but yeah, they need to be
listen. There will be better than last year. Some people are saying that what they were doing in testing was glory runs. Obviously, they need sponsors. They're trying to get another Audi sponsor. You know what I mean? They're trying to get some money in. I
respect the hustle, man. Come on, man. They're struggling.
You know the vibes. All right, we're moving on to the next statement. So Alfa Romeo, and the statement is: Valtteri Bottas has a lot to prove at Alfa Romeo. Do you agree or disagree? I'll let any man jump in on this
one. I'll go first. I don't really think he has that much to prove, to be fair. I feel like he's probably heading towards the end of his career, I would say. I mean, he's had his stint in a top team and he proved himself to be a decent number 2 driver. Not really much more than that. So, I mean, the pressure is kind of off at Alfa Romeo, and I think that will suit him because I feel like he struggled with the pressure a lot at Mercedes. So in terms of things to prove, I mean, he's naturally going to be the team leader, so he doesn't really have to prove himself against like a competing driver. Obviously, we'll see how quick Triple Joe is, but I think he'll be like comfortably quicker. So he won't really have much to prove, and I think he'll kind of like take the lead of that team, and then it'll be a fairly vibes team. Like I don't really see them challenging. Could be wrong, but I don't really see them challenging. Maybe the odd points finish, but yeah, his time in F1 gone past proving things now. We kind of know what he is, in my opinion. But yeah,
is he in very much the collecting the check vibe right now in F1?
I mean, I guess so. Like, I think collecting the check vibe implies like their future is not really like on the up, which I agree with for Bottas. His future is kind of like steady / going down or out of the sport. So you could say that, even though it might be a bit harsh, because I do rate him as like a decent number 2 driver. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna have much to prove per se.
Okay, Richard, what's your thoughts? Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree. To be fair, I mean, with Bottas at 5 years, he was pretty lackluster, if you will. Didn't really put up a title challenge. You know, only won 10 races in 5 years. Okay, you got like 60 odd podiums, cool, but you know, his greatest strength was his 1 lap pace, but he didn't maybe convert those opportunities as much as what he should have done, even if he was up against those. So in terms of him going to like a back of the grid, maybe midfield team, I think that's more of his level, to be fair. There's a lot less pressure. Of course, he's no longer getting 1-year deals. So now got a multi-year deal. So I think that's yeah, he hasn't really got anything to prove, to be honest. He's had a stint in the top team 5 years. Didn't really do too much. And now he's in a happier space, if you will. So yeah, I disagree with statements.
Okay. I hear you. I hear you. Kwame?
I agree still.
You agree with the statement?
I agree with the statement, bro. People been calling him Bottas. Like Bottas. That's what people been calling him, bro. That's the name I've been seeing. People calling him Bottas. Yeah. This guy was being triggered, being the second driver to Merck, saying, I want to do this, I want to compete. But man trying to do not nail against the knee because Lewis was winning. Guy was triggered, man. And yeah, even though as fans we know his level, I still feel like Bottas is a bit delusional. I still feel like yeah, cool. He feel like he's a better driver than he thinks he is. I feel like him going to Alfa Romeo, don't get me wrong, I feel like they ain't gonna do not much. I feel like they're just vibes. But we've seen before in the past where a lot of second drivers try to go to these teams. We've seen this past, before, Barrichello trying to go back to Honda. I've seen before Friedrich Keller try to go Force India. A lot of these men try to reestablish themselves and try to reestablish themselves as the, even Vettel from, Ferrari to Aston Martin. A lot of these guys try to reestablish themselves as, yeah, cool, I'm the guy who can get this midfield team up the field a bit. And I feel like that's what he's doing, personally. I don't see that team improving because the team is still very, very mid. Like, the team is just mid.
Is he going to drown in midfield? Obviously, he ain't been in midfield for a while. He's usually 20 seconds up the road. So,
I mean, to be honest,
him having cars near him.
No, to be fair, Bottas, I mean, during his time with Williams, he was very, very good. He was, in a good car. But again, that Williams car was, that was an era where the engine kind of overpowered the car to where it should be. But listen, his racecraft hasn't been good in a Merc, which is the fastest kind of grid. So I see him personally drowning in midfield. Jarno Trulli, Toyota days, Ralf Schumacher, that type of, vibe. High quality, but then where you are in the race.
My worry is Bottas's highlight package of the last 5 years is not popping. I don't know, no iconic takeovers. I don't.
He's a victim, man.
I think because
let's be honest, but I think he'll like
he's a victim.
Yeah, back in his Williams days, he stood out though. So I think we might see a resurgence from him. Like, even though he didn't really shine in Merc. I don't know, Richard, you're going to say.
Now I was going to say his last good performance was probably Silverstone 2019, but then again, his sprint performance last year was quite good, to be fair.
Monza, he was good.
No, Monza, sprints are good, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, Monza. Yeah. So this highlight package is a bit. There's a few, but it's a bit sketchy still.
I've never gone, oh shit, Bottas. What was that? I don't remember even saying that. Unless it's something bad.
I bet you did when in Hungary, he pulled up, crashed with everyone.
That's what I said. Oh shit, Bottas, because he's doing terrorism. Not in a good way. You know what I mean?
What was the last good piece of defensive driving you guys saw from Bottas?
Russia.
When Russia?
Sochi, when he was supposed to defend Max and he didn't defend Max, he just off pad.
Oh yeah, that was bad. Yeah, that was bad.
Mad.
Immediately. No, I don't know, man. You need to, the midfields, man. These guys will eat you alive, bro. If you're not on it.
Yeah, but that midfield might be a middle. It might be a middle at certain stages.
It might.
To be fair, it wouldn't even be midfield. It'd be more of a back marker, if we're being honest. It'd be more like fighting with the back markers, if anything.
It depends.
Like
if the Ferrari engine's good, he might be midfield, bro. This is the thing. The Ferrari engine
I don't buy into that, because if Alpha's aero ain't really slapping like that, then that engine don't mean this. It's just
true.
It's just out of states, you know what I mean?
All right, we'll move on to Williams now. We've got a next statement. Everybody was wrong about Albon. He's actually a good driver. Albon making his return to Williams this season. What are your thoughts on this thing?
Disagree.
Why do you disagree, Richard?
Because what we going off here? We're going off a terrible 18-month spell at Red Bull, and he's been out for a year shaking Nash on the simulator for a year. What are we going off? Like,
we're going off his first half of AlphaTauri and the first half of Red Bull. So basically, his first year in F1, his rookie year, which wasn't bad. I don't think it was bad.
It was
when
right.
You compare it to,
you know
what I mean? 2020 was a disgrace.
Yes,
2020 was a disgrace. 2019 was not a disgrace. First half, he was cooking in that AlphaTauri. Then he got promoted, and he was doing things. He weren't way off the pace. You know what I mean? If a couple things went his way, he might have got a podium. You know what I mean? At Brazil, you know what I'm saying? He was up there. He weren't a back marker at Red Bull at the beginning. So that's all we're going.
I hate when people bring that up though, because like, even if he did get those podiums, it doesn't mean that that was gonna be a springboard for him to have a good season. He could have just got it and then just dipped out and been the same. So people are just hanging on to hope and fucking hindsights and all shit like that, and it's just like, you haven't got any evidence to go off. Like, why are you clinging?
Is it an ability?
There's a reason why people cling on to that. It's because they've got nothing else to cling on to for that particular driver. If he was really that guy, you'd be able to say, okay, you done this in this race, done that in this quality, you done that. You'll be able to name it. You keep on going like, oh, but if he got that and if he got that, it's just, I can't think of the wording for it, but it's not a hope.
I hear what you're saying. But he was obviously he was given a longer time than Gasly. Gasly was only given half a season at Red Bull, and then he was dropped, and then he started doing things again in AlphaTauri. Albon had a longer period of time, and one whole season of that time, even though it was a COVID season, he was terrible. He did get podiums here and there, but is it more of a confidence thing or is it an ability thing? Is he just not got the ability to be an F1 driver, or is it just he lost confidence in that season?
I might lean more towards confidence, maybe, rather than ability. But you say, he had a good 2019, but in 2020 he just went to shit, and we need to investigate why he went to shit. Because, okay, going up against Max, I can imagine can't be easy and all stuff like that. But you've had time to simulator. You've had time to work to the engineers. Okay, how can I adapt my game? How was the car, sort of thing? Is it a him thing where he was too stubborn to maybe change the style to the car, or is it just he just needs a bit of luck his way, or like what is this? So I don't know. We'll try and gauge this season depending on where the Williams is. Like, we expect to beat Latifi, so that's not really a benchmark. But it's a case of, okay, what can he do by himself? Can he get like maybe near to a podium or like good solid finish points, good solid point finishes and all stuff like that? So we'll have to really see what Albon's really about this season. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Kwame, go on. No, go, okay.
Go. You might cook me for this. I say I agree with the statement. To be honest with you, if Albon, obviously, Pitstop Fracas, we were the home of the Albon of the Day award before it got named to the Mazepin award. But I don't feel like he was getting cooked that much until, when he left the year, but now not really. But the reason why I feel like I agree with your statement is because just compare him to Gasly. Everyone loves Gasly. People call him Starboy when he was 26. People say, Gasly just that Gasly hype. Listen, I'm part of Gasly hype, so anyways, I can't really chat, but with Gasly, man got 1W in Monza, and people forget about his experience in Toro Rosso and his experience in Toro Rosso and Red Bull is very, very similar to Albon. It is very, very similar. The only difference, like Mahad said, is that Albon got more time compared to Gasly, and also Gasly got the second opportunity in AlphaTauri, where I feel like AlphaTauri is a team that suited him. Gasly, hasn't got the pressure of him having to be up there with Max, and we've seen even with Perez now, who's a very good midfield driver, even he's struggling to compare up to Max. So that just Max is Max, in it. We could get onto Max, we call him ME0 in this, but guy's a very talented driver. He's got a team around him. Stop comparing these guys to Max because he's just on job in it. I feel like Albon. I feel like he did better in Red Bull than Gasly. Got 2 podiums, more assists in the points. Yes, worse than Perez, cool. And even Toro Rosso, he has some good drives like China. I think from the bottom of the grid to like 10th. The France Grand Prix got like driver of the day, fully deserved. Even his GP F2 days, he was up there with Norris and Russell. First on the last race of the season where Lando pipped him to second in the championship. So guy's got some some credentials. I feel like for me, he's just a confidence guy. In a team like Red Bull, the way he comes across in interviews, he's a very shy, very kind of reserved character. I don't think that works on that team. In a team like Williams, obviously he's got his boy George, who kind of gave him the role. I feel like that's more suited to him. I feel like he'll have a good season this year. The Williams seems to be quite fast as well, so faster than previous year. So I feel like Albon will be fine, but yeah, I just feel like he got unlucky in the sense that when Gasly would look for AlphaTauri, there wasn't a driver there, so Gasly came back in. Whilst when he tried to get back in, Yuki was there. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Antz, your thoughts? Agree or disagree?
Yeah. Wait, what was the word? What was the wording of the statement again?
So everybody was wrong about Albon. He's actually a good driver.
Yeah. See, I think it's somewhere in between. I mean, he didn't really set the world alight in any of his seasons in F1, particularly. I don't think. I mean, yeah, he got some good results in the Toro Rosso, and yeah, a couple podiums here and there, but most of the way through is pretty mid. And Gasly also struggled in that second Red Bull seat, but Gasly has come back strong, like Kwame was saying. So it'll be interesting to see whether Albon will be able to do the same thing and kind of reinvent himself as a driver. I don't particularly think he's that likable, but it would be good to see him, bounce back from the struggle. But he has to bounce back in a way that is crazy for him to like even think about progressing in F1, because I think I don't really know where else would take him except Red Bull. But Red Bull kind of got a lot of options for that second seat. So I think he'll probably just come back, have a pretty mid-season. He might impress, given that he set the bar so low. Like anything that he does will be like, oh, that's actually pretty decent. But yeah, I don't think everyone will think he's a really good driver, as the statement says. But we'll see.
Okay. I'm going to move on to the next team. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to skip one. I'm going to go back to that one. Alpine. So the statement is, Alonso should lose his seat to Piastri. Do you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Why do you agree, Richard? You said it very quickly.
Yeah, I need to say based on you, fam, because I know you disagree with the statement still. Nah, but wait, what did you say? Did you say he should lose his seat or he should lose his seat to Piastri?
I said Alonso should lose his seat to Piastri. That's the statement. Do you agree or disagree?
Yes, 1000%. Yes, because listen, remember when we done the driver lineup predictions thing last year, yeah, and I said the lineup for Alpine should be Piastri and Ocon. People said I'm mad. Now look at us. You would have thought
you're an idiot. I tried to act like it was like some good predict, like some Mystic Meg type of thing. Like
yeah.
All right.
Who else was screaming that?
No, but at that time you were speaking like Ocon was gonna pack Alonso, and it didn't happen.
Nah, I didn't say that. I said Alonso would have issues with the team, and he clash, and then they just get rid of him because maybe the car wouldn't be slapping with the way he'd want us to slap. That's what I said.
That could happen this year. Last year it didn't happen.
Exactly, that can happen this year, especially with the rumors that Alpine have been having that the car's a bit So it could happen this year, but Yeah, Piastri proved last year that he should get a seat in F1 1,000%. This little McLaren backup thing, that's just PR. That's bare PR because like McLaren have like 14 backup drivers in the wings and one of them's Paul di Resta, funny enough. So I don't know how Piastri's gonna get a go, to be fair, unless like Danny Rick ends up in Penn, Lando, I don't know. He gets an allegation against him and gets his contract cancelled. I really don't see Piastri getting that McLaren seat. I can't lie to you. So it's a bit peak. But in terms of the Alpine seats, yeah. I think one of the mistakes Alpine did was putting Ocon on a default contract. Because Ocon, okay, he did have a good season last season, but giving him that 3-year deal was a bit mad, to be fair. Like, because in Formula 1, people don't get crazy contracts unless you're like this, unless you're like maybe Charles or something, which is understandable. But with other drivers, they don't get crazy contracts. So that kind of didn't make sense to me, especially with his form dipped after the contract was signed for a bit. So with Piastri, I think if they don't put him in for 2023, they are going to probably lose him to maybe like a McLaren, perhaps. Maybe if, McLaren get rid of Danny Rick 1 year early, maybe they could switch him out, perhaps. But, unless Alpine proves somehow in the next 12 months they'll have a championship winning car, there's just no point in having Alonso, if I'm being totally honest. Because if you look at his record against Ocon last year, the quali record, they're the only duo to draw. So they drew 12-12 in the quali head-to-head. The race head-to-head, I can't remember what it was, so I don't think it was that much of a disparity. I think Alonso.
Yeah, I think Alonso beat him at 1.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. This was just disparity. And the points, I think there was like 15 points between them, something like that. There wasn't a lot in it. You can say, oh yeah, win tax, but whatever.
No, the win tax was helping Ocon a lot.
Yeah, but on a
period of time, Alonso got like loads of like top 6 finishes in a row, and Ocon was like at the top 10. But then obviously the win drags him up points wise to make it look like it's a bit better than it was.
I mean, you could put that argument against Alonso for getting that podium in Qatar, I think it was. So you could say, maybe on another day. Yeah, on maybe another day he finishes 8th or something. So swings and roundabouts. So I feel that if Alpine are really serious on Piastri, they should get rid of Alonso, unless they can somehow prove they're going to have a championship with a car next season, which I don't think. I
don't think Alpine knew that Piastri was going to be that good in F2, because they wouldn't have given Ocon that 3-year contract. This is very random. If you knew,
so why can't you just
Oscar Piastri was that guy? Why would you like commit to Ocon like he's the number 1 driver? It's contract.
Yeah, exactly. So why can't you just wait till the end of the season though? And I'm like, okay, well,
if he said, okay, Ocon, your deal runs out at the end of the year, Alonso, your deal runs out at the end of the year, and then we got Oscar, then they can make a decision on which is the best 2, based on whatever, and they won't have any they're not stuck on the contract. If they wanted to go forward with Alonso and Piastri, that would work. They want to do Ocon and Piastri, that would work, but it would guarantee Piastri the seat. I've never seen somebody in Formula 1 win like F3, F2, and not get straight back to back and not get an F1 seat. Usually you get F1 seat, no? Happened with
F4 as well. Yeah,
one F4 as well. So it's quite a unique situation, and you need to give that guy. You need to get him in a car. You can't have him sitting in the background for a year. So
maybe you can get away with it for 12 months, but longer than that, then you're
no chance.
Dangerous game then. Yeah. So,
all right, Antz, Kwame, thoughts? Agree or disagree?
I personally can't see a justification for dropping Alonso for Piastri. I feel like Alonso, just purely because he hasn't been in like a top car, everyone seems to kind of underrate him and forget that he's actually like a steady driver. I don't think you can say, even though Ocon and Alonso are pretty close in terms of their head-to-heads and qualifying head-to-heads. Like, I don't think Piastri will come in and do much different to Alonso. He might in fact lose to Ocon. You never know. I mean, he might edge Ocon out. But I feel like the only way they get Piastri in the seat, Piastri either needs to be in an Alpine seat in 2023, or he'll go somewhere else because he's too big of a talent to not be on the grid. But I feel like Alonso will probably give up after this year if the Alpine is just not really doing anything. Because what's the point of him being in F1 at this stage? Like, I don't really see it.
Yeah, he's in win now mode, isn't
he? Yeah, so I don't think they'll really have to make that decision. But let's wait and see. I think Alonso.
I'm telling you guys now, man. Alpine are not that dumb. They're not that stupid. I hope not, anyways, man. that they will lose Piastri because they didn't sign him. I don't think a team will be that dumb. Even Mercedes with Russell, they knew, oh yeah, this third year we have to sign him because his contract's done, or he could go to elsewhere. I really feel like for next season, Piastri will get into a team one way or another. If that is with Alpine or if that is with if Alpine sign him to another team, regardless, but he'll get into a seat because Mark Webber as well being his manager. I don't think that guy he won't play. You've seen how he was with Red Bull. So the question, I'm undecided. I can't lie. I feel like me personally, I feel like for this year is make a break for Alonso. I can't lie. This year make a break. If you're not fighting for the championship, what's the point of having him? Like I said, because I don't think like he's gonna progress much with the team. I don't think he's gonna, yes, he's got experience, cool, but that guy wants to win the championship. That's it. He's only here for his 3-time world championship. That's it. Otherwise, like it's not like a Kimi thing where it's there for vibes. This guy wants to win it. That's it. And this guy's not winning. He's not bringing anything to the team. Really, I can't lie. Name and brand. His name and brand is it's big, but he's not Schumacher. It's not Hamilton. You know what I'm saying. And with the 3-time contract, with the contract with Ocon, to be honest, I feel like we're getting to a point where F1, like I've said before, every team's kind of line up their guys. So Mercedes line up George Russell, Red Bull, they've lined up Max, Ferrari line up Charles.
Everyone's on death row contracts.
McLaren's line up Norris as well. Everyone's on death row contracts. So our people looking, we've got no one here. Let's get Ocon, sign up to a death row contract. Also, this during the time as well where Ocon was Ocon was linked to the Mercedes drive as well. So it made sense why, but for the hindsight, people think like they shouldn't have done that death row contract. Should have done like a 1-year thing. See how Piastri's doing it and gone for that. But
with all of that, did you agree or disagree? You didn't tell me, brother.
I
lie.
You did all of that.
Bit paragraphs, and you're going to get an answer.
Disagree.
That's
like you were playing both sides.
You might both to disagree now.
You know what he said?
No,
I agree.
Richard agrees. Antz disagrees.
Yeah.
I disagree because Ocon. That's not your future.
It's because you got stuck in nothing.
No. I just think if you've got a choice between Ocon and Piastri, Ocon is not better than Alonso at driving a Formula 1 car. I'm sorry.
He matched up well, so I don't see the difference.
He's
same side of going to me.
If I look at it like this, what's a better stronger lineup? Alonso or Ocon? Alonso and Piastri, or Ocon or Piastri? What's a stronger lineup?
The latter.
Alonso Piastri, 100%.
Alonso Piastri. Come on, man. Let's be serious, man. Let's be serious.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like with Alonso, how long is he going to be there for, though?
Doesn't matter, man.
He can stay as long as he wants. He won 2 titles. Their last 2 titles. He could do what he wants.
All he needs is 1 season, man. And he's a problem still.
Yeah, you man are not gonna be sick. Let's keep a stepping still.
All right, cool. Next one's Aston Martin. Vettel will never get a F1 podium ever again.
You was grinning when you wrote that, didn't you?
Facts. No, I didn't grin. I didn't know. It's just a statement. Do I agree or disagree with the statement?
Nah, book it, yeah. Book it. Stroll is getting a podium before Vettel, man. Book it right.
Woo!
I'll be serious as well. It's crazy.
No.
He's
never getting the podium.
Antz, do you agree with that statement? Do you agree that
he'll
get one again?
I agree. We'll see. Yeah.
Is it over?
He's done. This is his last season in F1, by the way, as well.
He's retiring, yeah?
Yeah.
God damn. He's younger than Lewis, bro.
Yeah, but he's aging bad. Like, I don't know what's going on with him still. Like, his hair's all over the place. Like, he's not a serious guy. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know. Does he train? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Cardio when you're picking up recycling. I don't know, bro.
That's all the cardio does, man. With his little litter picker upper and his plastic bag, and then that's it. But yeah, he ain't fighting for podiums. You might get a measly point here and there, but nah, he's not enough in this season, unfortunately. He's a full-time world champion.
So Antz agrees. Do you guys disagree, Richard, Kwame? Do you disagree?
You know what my answer is. Don't be stupid. You know what?
I
disagree.
Explain.
I disagree. So
why do you disagree?
because Aston Martin was a bit mid last season. I can't
You
lie
saw
to you.
testing. It don't look good.
I didn't see testing, so
I asked the wrong guy.
Nah, I seen a bit on Friday. I seen the bit where the CF's car got set on fire. I seen that section. The rest of it, I didn't have time. I can't lie to you. But if I'm going off reports and that, I mean, it got bare laps in. It got like 80% of what Ferrari did. So I think like 600 odd. So it got decent mileage, to be fair. But the pace, I seen a couple laps on Thursday. Was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. It looked all right. But I think they were like a second or so off, like the top. But it's testing, so you can't read into it. So I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be a bit better than last season, but not like racing points last season where, they had the quickest car. I don't think it'll be that point. So do I think it's Vettel's last podium? Nah, if the opportunity arises, I think I'll pull up.
Where's the podium coming from?
It'll come from some. Listen, Bear Man are going to crash it this season. The crash is something, and Vettel's going to slide through like on read things. Boy, that's
Vettel's
going to be
one of those people that was going to crash it, Mr. Spinaroo,
Vettel
Spinala.
ain't crashing. Listen. If as soon as you get that podium, I ain't going to rest. You better block me from everything. Even Telegram, LinkedIn, all that shit.
I'm ghosted. In Baku, I was devastated. Let me not lie to you. Last year, Baku, I was devastated.
Crying in the club.
I was finished. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Kwame, agree or disagree?
What was the question again?
Sebastian Vettel will never get F1 podium ever again.
I say I agree, but I say that's mainly because of circumstances. Actually, hold on. What's my prediction? Because this is my prediction.
Your predictions are all over the place. Don't even go. No, we ain't got time for that for you to be referring to your predictions. Your predictions are all over the gap anyway. You're muddied for the season.
I say I agree in it. My predictions are void in it. Anyone?
Well, no, you can't do that.
Predictions are void.
We're pulling
this up void though. You had Aston Martin 6th. You put Aston Martin 6th.
Yeah,
you said Vettel
a car that's 6 in the constructors can't get a podium.
Yeah. I said I don't think get podium. No, I don't think get podium.
Okay.
No, I said top 7. Yeah, I don't think get podium, man. Yeah, I'm mad. Yeah, I don't think he can get podium because circumstances don't get twisted. There's 23 races. Like Richard said, some will plumb and crash. Actually, no, I say I agree because I say disagree because it's my prediction, man.
So you think he's going to get a podium? You said you just said you disagree. You think he's getting a podium, yeah?
Yeah, I have to in that car.
Because you ran the ass.
I need to back up myself. No, I need to back up myself. Because I said 14 people will get a podium. I said 14.
Yeah, you said
so Vettel's not one of them.
Yeah, Vettel's one of them. Top 7.
Okay, Vettel's one of them.
Aston Martin comes 6th. So yeah,
Mahad,
I agree. Someone crash it.
I agree.
He'll get lucky.
It's over.
Not because of quality. Not because of Vettel's fault, just because of the team, the car, the team, the testing team is very poor. So yeah.
I agree, it's over. He's done out here. He might not retire this
like
season.
you, yeah?
Retire next season. I hate Aston Martin. I need them in the mud.
Why?
I need them in the absolute mud.
Why?
I do not like that team, man. They were talking about.
I can't work out what
they were talking like they were big boys at the table, man. They're not big boys at the table, man. Just stay calm. 2025, come through in it. When you build your wind tunnel and all them things there now, you're not there now. You ain't there now. We're a Bond villain of a boss. Stop this, man. I don't want to hear it. All right, we're moving on to my team, McLaren. This is a statement from McLaren. This is Danny Rick's last year in F1. Do you agree or disagree with this statement?
Yeah, I need to make up for my previous quick answer. I disagree. I don't think
that's a quick answer, you know.
Yeah, of course, man. Listen, I know, Danny Rick, and I disagree. I feel like people can say last season was bad. Even if you have another bad season this year, there'll still be a team that'll pick him up. He's definitely good experience. He's definitely on his day. He has shown he's a very fast driver. I mean, he was the same guy he was putting at the top with Max and Vettel, Red Bull days. Again, the same guy who he got double last year in the McLaren. Their first win in how long? The Renault, he was very competitive. I mean, listen, Last year was not a good year for Danny Rick. Facts, we all know that. But he's been a guy who, his second season tends to improve and be better, than his previous season. So even if he flops, listen, someone like Williams, they can need that experience and that brand and that merch and that personality, maybe even the Haas. Listen, even Alfa Romeo. Listen, I don't think he's finished just yet. There's still a lot more in the story of F1. I thought of Danny Rick. People say he's finished, and how old is he as well? Like he's like 32, I believe.
It's 33, 32.
Yeah, so he's still got a lot more to do. Yeah, 32. So he's still got what? I think five years plus in the sport. You see how Lewis is. You see how Vettel, Alonso, Raikkonen, they've longevity of the sport. So I think Daniel could be Gucci, man. Don't just throw all your stones and tomatoes on him just yet.
Okay, cool. Richard, Antz, thoughts? Do you agree or disagree? Will this be his last year in F1? Do you agree with this statement or disagree?
I disagree with the statement, but only because I feel like even if he does have another shit season, he'll blag himself somewhere else. I feel like some other sucker team will take him up, give him loads of money. They'll do like a Renault, just give him the bacon, just 25 mil old that. I know, and he'll just disappoint yet again. I think he might be on the way down, because when I'm seeing man in interviews and that, and just when he's talking on like a Kimmy thing. I can't lie to you, like on a vibes thing. I'm just there for the vibes. I don't care about race wins or championships and all that. I feel like he's gave up already. I can't lie to you. I feel like, let's say if McLaren would have like a top 2 car this season, he wouldn't take full advantage of it. I just don't see him doing
it. That's a bit mad.
I can't lie to you.
So,
I feel like
that situation, no? He's not going to get some race wins here and there.
He might depend on the circumstances, but I feel like Lando's going to cook him more than last season, And originally, I thought Danny Rick would do redemption arc, but now when I'm looking at the way Lando's moving, the way Danny Rick's moving, I know it's pedantic, but I feel like Danny Rick's going to get proper smoke, I can't lie to you.
I definitely think, even when you look at the body language, I definitely think Lando Norris is much more serious than Danny Rick.
Yeah, do you know what it is though? I think it's because last season people thought them two would be like some comedy act in it and be like the dynamic duo, the funny duo of the grid. So I think because Lando's been here and all that, and I don't think if you watch Drive to Survive, I don't think Lando rates Danny Rick that way anyway.
I don't think he rates him.
Because when you see some of the convos, it's bad awkward. Like Lando's almost like, who's this old man like Uzi? Like Lando even says like, oh, I need to see what the hype is with this Don. Why do people hype him so much? I need to see what it is. He said that. Yeah. So he's clearly stating he does not rate this guy at all. I don't know why. Maybe it's the age difference thing. Maybe it's just a difference on what he like thing. But yeah, I think
maybe Lando's a bit more vocal. Lando's got that dog in him still. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to that type of stuff in terms of competitiveness and him rating other guys, he don't rate a lot of drivers at all. He thinks he's better than all of them.
I don't think he likes a lot of drivers either.
And he don't like a lot of drivers either.
Yeah.
And obviously he's got a different type of sense of humor and stuff like that. So people think he's a type of joker. But when it comes to like rating other drivers and talking about other drivers, there's no respect there, man. He don't care. He's on smack talk. You could even see the kind of conversations with Danny Rick. He don't rate him at all. So it could be a sticky situation.
It can be a good thing as a driver to have that level of self-confidence, but it's not particularly appealing
it's not appealing. A lot of fans don't like him just because of his personality in that type of way. But he's got that dog in him, man. He's trying to win, man. He's trying to. I think see how pissed off he was in Monza. He was fuming. Yeah. He was fuming.
Especially when he tried to swap. Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't believe that he wasn't allowed to race that day. So I don't know. Me personally, I don't think it was Danny Rick's last year in Formula One because I don't want to live in a world where Bottas is in Formula One and Danny Rick isn't. That's what kind of world is that? That's an upside down F1 world.
Give it 9 months. Your opinion might change.
Why?
No, not.
Regardless of what happens over the next 9 months, Danny Rick's a better driver than Bottas.
Listen, if Danny Rick wants to act like a pussy for the next 9 months, I promise you're going to switch on him. Wallahi, you will go to walk and beat him up.
I'm Danny Rick.
Brother, we hear that. No, brother, we hear that, innit? But if he flops again,
we've got on tape.
Then yeah,
we got it on tape. Okay, say no.
Yeah,
holler at me when you want to holler at me. Spa.
No. Abu Dhabi, I'll holler at you. I'll give you the whole season.
Okay.
I'll give you the whole season still. And we'll take it from there.
Antz, we forgot about you. Antz, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd say disagree. I think he'll see out his McLaren contract. I don't think he's going to get cooked to the extent that he got cooked last season. But I feel like he's a type of driver that won't go to like a seriously mid team. Like you wouldn't see him in an Alfa Romeo or an Aston Martin, I don't think. But I could be wrong. So I feel like once he's out of a team that he feels like is competitive, he'll just leave the sport. So like when you say it'd be crazy if Bottas is still in F1 and Ricciardo isn't, like I think about it and I feel like it's like it could happen one day. But yeah, man. On my life, I've never seen a driver's reputation tank as much as in one season as Danny Ricks has. So he's got work to do if he wants to see out his McLaren contract. But I think he will.
When you look at it in the grand scheme of things, only one season where he's absolutely had a howler.
Yeah, and
that's the way.
You still want to race. You still want to race. So, like,
if you had a howler and you want to race, that's better than certain man's career.
Yeah, certain man like Lando Norris and that certain Twitch streamers.
That was dangerous stuff.
That was slick still. I like that. I like that.
So yeah. I think he's got a little bit left in him still.
Okay. So let me go to the next statement. Let's get through this. This one's an AlphaTauri one. Where's it gone? Hold on. Sorry, listeners. Gasly would be a fool to reject the second RB if he was offered it. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah. No, I don't know. Now go to answer. Don't know.
No, you have to agree or disagree. Don't do I don't know.
Nah.
Go to Antz. I'll leave it to Antz.
I disagree. I disagree. I don't think he'd be a fool because he's been there. He knows the vibes. He doesn't really fuck with Red Bull. Red Bull don't really fuck with him. Max on a death row contract. The car's built for him. The second driver of Red Bull is a second driver. You don't have equal rights. He needs to make something of himself. He needs to be his own man. Forget about Red Bull. Like go to a McLaren. Try and I think he needs to do a little bit of schmoozing in the paddock. Try and get himself a McLaren seat. Try and get Danny Rick like out of the sport. Basically, he needs to do something a bit cutthroat. Do you know what I mean? Like rather than just go back to Red Bull. Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think he would be sensible to go to a different team, switch allegiances, rather than just go back to Red Bull. So yeah.
Okay. You said that he's not fucking with Red Bull. He twerks with Red Bull, bro. He wants that Red Bull seat so badly.
Nah, I just think he wants a top team.
Is it just because he wants a top team and that's the only option that he's got at the moment?
Well, if you heard him on Drive to Survive, he's saying, "Look, I need to learn Germany now because of the Mercedes." I'm thinking, okay. So I think he's supposed to hear that. You didn't see like because you only watched the McLaren episodes with that.
Yeah, I only watched the McLaren. I watched the Mazepin one this morning, and that was terrible.
Oh, he didn't miss much.
That wasn't too much, I can't lie to you.
Nah, they tried to make out like he was a rainmaster. Like I smell the clouds. I know these clouds. They're rain. Man went from the last place to last place and support races. Get out of here, man. What is the narrative? Drive to Survive with the title.
Fair enough. Yeah, but would it be full? No, because I feel like if you look at the Carlos Sainz route, the route he took to basically where he got to now with Ferrari, I think it's very possible he can get himself into a top team without having to like twerk for Red Bull. Really and truly, if he was to leave AlphaTauri this season and maybe go to like I don't know, maybe Aston Martin, Alpine, maybe if Williams look decent. Go to them and then maybe wait for maybe the Mercedes seats or maybe McLaren seats, something like that, and maybe end up, in one of the top teams. Then, he doesn't need Red Bull, to be fair. Is Carlos Sainz sitting there to himself in the Ferrari seat going, I wish I was at Red Bull right now? Not really, no, because he might be in the top team right now with Ferrari. So I don't think he'll be a fool to reject them. And also, he's already been there. It's already been publicized that he's bumped heads with bare people. That's why they're not too keen on bringing him back. So if you're not gonna like turn on your personality and whatnot, what's the point in you going back there? Because it's just gonna be the same thing again. So,
all right, okay. Let's say this hypothetical scenario. Gasly's there, end of the season. Red Bull's offered him the second seat, and then I don't know. Let's say, for example, Aston Martin says you're number one driver on our team. We'll give you a seat. Vettel's retired. He's gonna be an environmentalist. You're gonna take his seat. Which one is he gonna choose? Which one's he gonna choose?
I can't like this is gonna go against everything I just said, but he'd choose Red Bull still, and I would choose Red Bull as well.
He would choose Red Bull.
Okay,
forget about Aston Martin. Even let's say it's McLaren.
No, if I was him,
McLaren.
Would he take the McLaren seat?
I'd go McLaren
over the Red Bull seat.
I think Richard was right. Carlos Sainz is the blueprint for like when you're not parachuted and you haven't got your like path laid out for you to go to a top team.
But brother, he went to that Renault when they were mid. He went to that Renault when he got trashed by Hulkenberg. And look at him now.
Yeah, Sainz
same guy with Aston Martin.
Now, man, he's beating Leclerc now. Yeah, certain man's good. So I don't know.
It's ups and downs. Hey, Kwame. Okay, Kwame.
Yeah.
Is Gasly a fool? The second ball seat. You agree or disagree?
Yeah, I disagree with the statement. 100% disagree. I mean, not even to add what these two said, and these two said what I want to say, but also, yeah, like the opportunities came for him. Like when they picked Perez for that seat after Albon flopped, and this is after Gasly had his win as well in AlphaTauri. This is when he was doing well in the AlphaTauri seat. They didn't pick him. They picked Sergio Perez. So even though exactly, so why would you go to a place where you're not wanted, you're not cherished? And also to add to that, you've been there as well, and you've done that, and it didn't work out. It wasn't your seat, and also look at the way Christian Horner and Herman Marco talk about Albon and Gasly. Two difference. Even though these guys are in the same seat, I don't feel like me. If I was Gasly, I don't feel I want to go there. And also like these guys said, science. Look at him. He was in the Red Bull Academy, Torso. Didn't get off Max. For screw it. Let me go to Renault. Worked out. Yeah, it didn't work out there for him to be honest with Renault. But I went to McLaren, became the guy. Before I came calling, worked his way up, and I feel like Gasly's got the time to do that. I feel like he's across the field. I definitely feel like people do rate him as a good driver personally. Like these guys said, there's so many teams who have been coming as well. Your Aston Martins, your Alpines. I know he's got beef with his boy Ocon, but still, that seat could obviously be available. Your Alfa Romeos, your Williams, etc. Like, a lot of teams have got a lot of things going for them. Even has a lot of things going for them that you can work their way up and try and go up. So, yeah, I mean, really go to Red Bull seat. I don't know.
If he got offered, I think he would go.
I feel like he would go as well. I wouldn't. If I was him, I wouldn't go, but I feel like he would go. I feel like Red Bull is obviously the easy option. Just pick Gasly. You've seen him. He's been on your team the whole time. He's been doing very well. They should really just take him, but we'll see what happens in it.
Okay, this kind of leads on to my second question. Will Sergio Perez will be dropped by Red Bull? Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
When I mean dropped, I mean like dropped this season. He's going to get dropped.
Disagree.
And he will finish out the season and he won't have a drive for next season.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Red Bull are going to get. I think because sounds a bit mad, yeah, but I think because of his performance in Abu Dhabi, yeah, I think that's going to give him a bit of equity for maybe longer than 12 months. I think unless he has an absolutely horrendous season, like finishes like 12 or something. I think if he finishes like top 6, maybe something like that, maybe helps them maybe get constructors or at least challenge. I think it'll be all right for another year. Then I think after the third year, they'll get rid of him no matter what, because they'll want to promote maybe like a Liam Lawson or a Yuki Tsunoda or which one of these are the Red Bull youths? Maybe
Dennis Hauger, whatever.
Yeah, Dennis Hauger. Yeah, maybe Piastri. I know Marco likes the look of him, so maybe I'll end up there. Who knows? I feel like he should probably move there, but yeah. I think he'll keep hold of his seat for another year still.
Okay, Antz, you agree or disagree with Sergio Perez going to lose his seat this year?
Yeah, I think Perez will be fine. I think if Max wins the title, which I predicted he has, sadly, I don't think Red Bull will change anything if Max keeps winning titles. I feel like the only way they'll change anything is if they they lose both constructors and drivers championships, and it's kind of evident that their driver pairing is slightly weaker compared to obviously Russell Hamilton, which is the best pairing on the grid, and Leclerc Sainz, which is probably second. Then they'll feel that they need to upgrade. But I think this season Red Bull will have a good car and they'll probably keep things the same. And yeah, it just depends on whether Max can keep delivering drivers' championships, and I don't think they'll be motivated to change much, because I think Perez is he's fitted in the Red Bull team kind of what, like he's the guy that you can tell him what to do. He knows his role and he'll do like just about, you know, what's good enough. And they seem to like him. So I think he'll be all right.
All right, Kwame. Sergio Perez, will he lose his seat this season?
Agree or disagree? Because of my predictions, I'm just gonna say agree. Because I got this man finishing fourth. It depends. I feel like it depends on, like these guys said, depends on circumstances. Depends on where he finishes. He's got 1 year contract, hasn't he? Which will obviously be more easier for him to withdraw. I feel like obviously with Gasly coming toward the end of his contract, you've got Yuki end of his contract as well. You've also got the F2 boys in. They've got a lot of FT boys there. They've got Vips, they've got Hauger, they've got Lawson, they've got Deruvla as well. The options kind of endless for them. So I feel like if one of them exceeds their potential, then I feel like it'll be kind of easy for them to get Perez out. We've seen how Red Bull kind of treats guys who are not part of their camp, part of their family. We've seen how they treat Webber in the past when they were looking to get rid of him from time. Even getting Perez in was like, that was like their last attempt. That was like their third attempt because Gasly and Albon didn't work out. So yeah, I feel like, I'm gonna say I agree. Personally, just that statement for not even gender reasons, prediction reasons, and something different. And also, I believe in what I said. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if they get rid of him, to be honest, just because of their academy. Because if they, like seeing with Jack Doohan, for example, he was in the academy and they lost him to Alpine. So I don't think they want to use another driver as well.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I think he's going to get dropped. I don't think he's going to get another year, even regardless of whatever scenario, because of they've got too much young talent in that program. There's not going to be enough seats. So let's say, for example, I don't know, Dennis Hauger wins F2. And then Yuki and Gasly have a good year. Then they're going to have to put him somewhere.
For Yuki,
you know what I mean? For Yuki, I don't know. If Yuki has a good... Listen, I ain't dumping my own stocks. Listen, you tried to trick me. You cannot trick me.
You cannot.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But...
bro, if Yuki does have a mid-season, he might have to be cut. I can't lie. My stocks and faith in Yuki can be good.
If he goes in, he's getting the seat. He's getting Red Bull.
And if Perez as well, trust me, Red Bull, they'll just pay him in cans like they did with Latifi. Don't worry, man. that's what they'll do.
What's going on?
Of not, give him a free, life.
We're calling that the Massey payment.
Massey payment, yeah. Of not a free lifetime, of advertising drip. It'll be good.
Yeah, good quality
good
clothing,
man. Yeah, you go clothing, but.
All right, look, we're moving on to the Ferrari boys now. This is a statement. I just need to know if you agree or disagree. Ferrari will give both drivers equal opportunities this season, and there will be no team orders. Do you agree or disagree with the statement?
I disagree still. There'll be team orders, but not for my man.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean?
What do you mean by that?
Who is my man, boy?
I mean, someone's going to be getting team orders.
This is the team that invented the team orders,
This is the team.
That's for me. It's average still, but listen, certain man's GOAT.
So
you get me? Certain man's GOAT. Might have to step aside a couple of times to let my man come through. My man, the Swedish nationality.
So you
won't be signed. Step aside.
Wait. So let's say this. What? So Leclerc's in front, and they're gonna tell Leclerc move out of the way for Sainz.
If he's quicker, yeah. Boy, if man's 100 points clear in the standings, yeah, why not?
Okay, that's different. That's different.
Charles Sainz is faster than you.
If they're within 20 points of each other, you reckon that's still gonna happen? There's no way.
Yeah. Hey, but also don't give a fuck. Listen, but also
Okay. We're getting into a tricky. Okay, Richard, we're getting into a tricky scenario there because I understand why team orders happens because you don't, especially if one has got an advantage, you don't want your teammate taking points off you, especially if you're in a battle. So, if it got to that scenario, will Ferrari? That's what the statement is. Will Ferrari say, "Yo, team orders"?
Okay, let me be serious. They only invoke team orders if one of them is in the title race. That's it. I think I know who will be in the title race. You know what I mean? The guy from El Español.
Carlito.
If yeah, do you know what I mean? But I don't think they're gonna do it if it's like the fighting for like third in the construction championship because it's kind of no points, really. But if one of them's in the title race, they'd be like, do you know what? Yeah, yo, Charles Le Montclair, step aside, beat. Let my man cut you. It's like that. It gets like that. Listen, your idols become your rivals. You get me? You know what I mean?
So do you think they're going to be given an equal footing at the beginning, though?
Yes.
Or they already decided to do the number one drivers?
Yes. Because Sainz beat my man, they're like, I say nothing. We know what the
show improve thing.
Yeah, show out. Who's going to show out? Who's got the better bitches? Tell me. That's what it is. It's like that. There's no beef.
Do you know what? Yeah, it's kind. Okay, so I fucked up because my statement is kind of two questions because I've said, I've said, are they going to give them equal opportunities? So you agree with that? Are they going to do team orders? You agree with that?
Yeah, you were mad still.
Yeah, that's my fault. Well, we get it. Listeners, you get the gist. Don't worry about it.
You get the gist.
All right. Antz, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, man. Listen. It's Ferrari heritage, man. Come on. They can't escape their destiny. So once it gets to race 12, 13, will that equal opportunity shit? Nah, it ain't gonna run. Trust me. Especially when Carlito is moving brazy on Charles' head top. So it might be they're gonna invoke a few choices. I'm sure they've got their coded radio message sorted out already. So yeah.
This is going to be a big storyline, especially if they're in the time.
Yo, live with a Tom, move out the way.
Yeah. And it's going to be
We already saw a preview in Jeddah. We saw a preview in Jeddah when Charles weren't listening.
Yeah.
Sainz was like, don't do this, Charles.
You can't do this. Don't do this.
Yeah. I don't think Charles is going to take it too well. He's there. Actually, I'm assuming that it's going to be against Charles anyway. But if it is against Charles, he is their death row contract driver. So telling that man to get out of the way is going to be crazy. So I think we might see a little implosion at Ferrari. I hope. I think that'll be quite
entertaining. Give me that.
That's entertainment right now. Give me more of that.
Give me more of that. Give me more of that. Hey, put 20 in the cash up. Give me more of that.
Kwame, thoughts? Do you agree or disagree? Are they gonna give them equal opportunities?
Well, of course I agree, man. With both statements, to be honest with you. Because obviously, I think the statement, I think, Benotto be like, oh yeah, both drivers are equal. We all know that's cap, man. We all know it's cap. It's this F1. You got one main driver he wants to win, or one main driver who's faster than the other driver. All right. We've seen before Mercedes when they did the whole thing. We've got equal drivers, yeah. Equal drivers, yeah, between Hamilton, Bottas, Hamilton, Rosberg. We knew Hamilton was the main guy the whole time. Let's not get twisted. People get to me 2016. We knew who was the main guy. Please. We know even Red Bull when they tried to do Red Bull, they're different. They might have been Max number one driver. Forget I said that. But yeah, like Richard said, once the season gets cracking, once a driver gets the lead, that's when the team will get out. And you man, the Charles gender, yeah, I rate the agenda. I can't lie, I rate the agenda, but I feel like Charles being the number one driver.
Even agenda.
They put too much money into him. They put too much money into him, and this guy, he was technically faster throughout the year. Then then science just got more points, more consistent. But let's say if it's Charles, they're definitely doing that. It's a science. They probably should do it as well. I don't think they'll care about how much money they put in Charles or how young he is.
They're shameless. If they're trying to win a chip, they're trying to win a chip.
Yeah. Ferrari don't care, man. They're going to win by any means necessary, especially the year where they had Ross Bourne as Stefano Domenicali at the top. And John top before this is what they FIA. 3 of their top dons.
The stars are aligned.
Come on, man. Ferrari are going to... And Benotto, I know he's getting for a job as well. Because I know if he doesn't win this championship, they're going to come from next. Don't pay this.
All right.
Let's go do a ladder for him.
Hey, listen, as long as Alex starts crying on the pod, I'm good, fam. I won. That's all I need.
I'm gonna say.
Hey,
I'm saying this. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. What we're gonna see, yeah, is some shameless shit. I do not agree with the statement. The reason why I don't agree with the statement is they are not gonna give signs of equal opportunity to compete at all. And the reason why, yeah, is Charles is the golden boy in that team. Charles is the FIA golden boy. His agent is John Todd's son. Do you know how this is entrenched? He's entrenched. He's already the route for him to win the title or win a title in the future is already paved.
Yeah?
This is nepotism of the highest level.
Monaco. He's from Monaco. Who is from Monaco?
He's from Monaco. The people of Monaco want somebody that's a top F1 driver from Monaco. It's already written in the books already. So for them to, unless Carlos absolutely rips it out of his hands, I don't rate Carlos. I think he's mid. You know what I mean? I think it's a complete mid off between Carlos and Charles. But if it's because I don't rate none of them. But if it comes to the choice of who they want to win the title, who they're writing in the script, they're gonna pick Charles, man. They're gonna pick Charles, bro. Marketing purposes.
Is it F1's script?
They don't care that Carlos Sainz's dad is a rally goat. They don't care. Nobody wants to. Don't want to hear that story. I want to hear about the story about the Monaco guys.
You know, boy.
Yeah, all that lot. They're gonna do the storyline. You know, you already know what documentary is gonna come out, man. About Charles Leclerc, man. It's already been scripted, man.
Carlos seeing needs to crush it on, man. I can't lie to you. Just going to Maryland and crush it on, man. I'm telling you now.
No, he's a serious guy. Carlos Senior. Carlos Sainz Senior. He's a serious guy. Yeah. So if he sees fuckery, he's gonna hot up Ferrari, and Carlos will hot up Ferrari. The problem is the thing is about the team order thing. If it's a case where Carlos is in front and Charles is behind, they're gonna try and invoke team orders, and Carlos ain't gonna move out of the way. Turn out right now. He's never gonna move out of the way. He's gonna say, "Come race me," and he's another pull up and crash guy. Carlos Sainz.
Nah.
He'll pull up and crash on a guy.
Nah, he will not with his teammate. I don't think so.
Don't know. He's got bare DNFs, you know. He's got hella DNFs.
How many times has he crashed on, man? Like,
he's got the most DNFs on the current grid.
Because he crashed on man, or because of mechanical failures?
Because of crashing on man.
He's crashed on most.
Don't listen.
How many ops he crashed on?
Pull up receipts. We need to pull up receipts with Carlos Sainz.
You know what? I think
how many times he slapped it off? How many times he let it ras? Tell me.
Yeah, you're right. Listen, I ain't got the numbers on my head right now still. But it's going to be interesting at Maranello. It's going to be interesting times. Yeah. All right. Last question. Yeah. I've seen this batted about. I've seen rumors. And I personally don't agree with it. But, okay, this is the statement. No, I do agree with this statement, actually. Lewis Hamilton shouldn't retire if he wins the 8th title. Do you agree or disagree?
You agree, yeah. Right. I think it's double negative.
No, shouldn't. He shouldn't. So there's lots of rumors saying once he wins 8, he's going to be out of here. He was talking in an interview over there. He said he's definitely not driving when he's 40 or he's 37 now. So what we're saying, he's got 2 seasons. That's what he's kind of saying. I think if he wins 8, he shouldn't retire. If he wins 8 this year or next year, I don't think he should retire. I think he should carry on.
Well, yeah, he's got 2 years left on his contract in it, so I think he'll definitely see out his contract. Whether he stays beyond this contract, I don't know. I can't lie to you. I don't know. But should he retire after 8? Absolutely no. No. Go and get now. Go crash it on man some more. Do you know what I mean? Go and leave with something else. Go and leave with something. Do you know what I mean? Like, why? Because the thing is, the people that are saying that, there's more of a want rather than a hope.
They like saying leave.
Yeah. Do you want to say, let that black man leave now? We're getting a bit bored of him, innit? We don't care about this activism. We don't care about slaving the planet. We don't care about none of that. Does the black man leave? Because I know shit like that. Because they hate the fan base as well. They hate Team LH and stuff like that.
And the same people will be saying be saying El Plan as well, by the way. And Alonso's
there's a couple El Plan dons in there
still. No, that's not true. That's not the case.
Yeah, don't backtrack now, Kwame. Listen, Kwame, Blade, don't backtrack now, because
nah, bro.
What's El Plan got to do with this?
Yeah, fuck Alonso.
Some man say El Plan and they don't mess with Hamilton. That's them, man. But me, El Plan, I mean Hamilton. I cannot be both. Jeez.
Yeah,
All right, so
stop
Richard,
saying that first, bro.
how many years has he got?
How many years have got left?
Yeah.
2 to 3. Yeah.
Nah, Lewis has
The
got
fair,
2.
though,
So
I
what?
don't-
This season and next season, and that's it.
Maybe the season after as well. I don't know. It'll depend on like how the Mercedes is looking. Maybe I don't know. He wants to try himself under the team. Maybe go back to McLaren on a little farewell tour. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Maybe go to Ferrari for a year. Try to live with something.
Well, after Ferrari implodes, this season.
Yeah. Go next to them. Go team up with Carlos Sainz. After Charles Moncler ends up getting a job in Mason Margiela. You know what I mean?
Are you
And
sure?
then
Are we sure they let people of our U inside Maranello?
I think there's the thing. Yeah. No.
Are we sure?
But no. But hang on. But if Lewis is still performing the way he is in 2 years' time, yeah, and Ferrari ain't got a championship yet, yeah, and they're like, you know what, yeah, we don't like each other, but let's work it out, sorting out for 12 months, just crash it on man for a year. Don't do no activism shit or do little activism shit. Do little Black Lives Matter.
Do you think he's gonna agree to that? There's no way. There's no way Lewis is gonna agree to it. And there's no way they're gonna let him do any type of Black Lives Matter or any type of activism about Maranello. You think man's throwing out the fist saying Black Lives Matter at Monza? There's no way in a Ferrari shirt. There's no way allow this happening.
Yeah,
that Italiano racism is too high.
If he brings home a Tifosi win at Monza, the whole crowd might back it. You never know.
Hey, they will.
Hey, crowd like this, bro.
The Raz, they'll be like that. What? I swear down, fam. I'll tell you now.
Man solved the whole of racism in the whole of Italy,
That's it.
Lewis is a powerful guy.
Hey, that's it. All Lewis needs to do is win in Monza with Ferrari. That's it. Racism over. You never hear racism ever again, fam. I'll tell you now. On God and them. You'll never hear racism ever again.
Man changed the whole institute of Ferrari.
Yes, bro. Get the Tifosi players some drill. That's it. Bro,
no,
clear.
Isn't there Italian drill? I've heard that. It's awful. It's awful music. Awful music.
I was thinking more UK drill, but
okay, Antz. Do you agree? Disagree? He shouldn't retire.
Oh, if he wins,
he shouldn't retire if he wins number 8.
I think it depends. I think if he wins his 8th this season, then he can do one more, like a kind of vibesy year. I think that his last year will be kind of like passing. He's like trying to set up George for a title win, I think. And then if he wins the 8th, the season following this season, then I think he'll retire. But I think he's got 2 seasons in it max, to be honest. Like, yeah, whether the 8th comes or not.
When they asked him, "Are you going to be driving when he's 40?" He was like, "Don't know about that one still."
Yeah, he's got big plans, man. He's got big plans.
He's bigger than F1, man. He's
bigger than the sport, man. Bigger than the sport. So, yeah.
Kwame, he shouldn't retire if he wins number 8.
I agree. Yeah, I agree, but no, he shouldn't retire, man.
Just keep crashing on him.
Yeah, man. Of course, bro. I feel like he's still got a lot to give, but at the same time, though, I feel like he's getting tired of the sport though now. I feel like he's getting tired. I feel like he's seeing all the foolishness that's happening behind the scenes, all the the corruption and that. I feel like he's just tired of the sport. I feel like he's got other things going on. The ones though, it's like you're kicking ball and you're like, I need to go to this motive, or I need to go to link this girl, or I need to go and do this or whatever. I feel like that's what Hamilton. That's in his mind. Not necessarily them things there, but I feel like he's got other things going on back from F1 that he wants to do now. But from a fan point of view, I feel like the guy's still got another years to keep doing it. He's still at the top of his game. He hasn't flopped it like he hasn't certain man like let's say like your Alonso's, your Vettels, your Kimi. You've seen they've kind of gone on a downward trajectory in it. Ain't happening to him. So that's all I'm gonna say.
All right, that's the end of that segment. Thank you for listening for that bit. We are moving on to listeners' questions. I know if you put in a question, you've been waiting a while, but we're going to try to get through some of them. If not, we're going to get through the rest of them at the end of the next pod, the Bahrain preview. So let's have a look. What we got here? Miss Snell, Cece, our fellow sister of the pod. Shout out to Cece. Are Mercedes sandbagging? That's the question.
I want to say no. You know, I actually no. I want to say yeah, a bit of sandbagging, yeah. But I don't know. I think because they said that they're having small issues. Also, I think they also said that having a couple of issues with the pole poison as well. So I think the sandbagging a bit, but I can't lie. I don't know if they're gonna crash in Bahrain. You know, I don't know if they're gonna crash it still. I think they might crash it.
I think every team is sandbagging. I feel like Merck get targeted a little bit for sandbagging because they put up to the first race and crash on people for like past decade or so. So, but yeah, they're sandbagging to an extent, but their cars are on rails. So even when they take all the bag to sand off, it might not even be front row. So yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll move on to the next question. RDM Ghost 1 asks opinions on whether Merck's mirrors should have the same fate as Ferrari ones back in the day. So I don't know if that has been resolved yet. I know Ferrari said they're gonna appeal and try to get Merck's mirrors banned.
We might need a Kwame Brundle on this one still.
Yeah, no, not from what I know of, man. Not from what I know of. Nothing resolved yet. They just put the accusation out and that's it.
Listen, they ain't getting nothing from Merck ban. This is gonna be the most illegal car of all time, and they're not gonna say nothing because of what happened last season.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I think to be fair, they're saying that.
Oh yeah, Ferrari is the FIA, so I forgot about that.
Yeah, to be fair, Maker's saying that the mirrors are not part of the Euro. So, and Horner said the thing is all right. So,
but not as angry about it. I think he's only doing it on the Avengers thing because his mirrors got banned, didn't it?
Yeah, I think most what happens is, the FIA would like challenge it or like scrutinize it or do like a meeting. But I feel like they'll come to some sort of compromise and they'll be like, allow it, nothing. Because I don't think it's like a major thing and that will impact Mercedes anyways to be where they are. I know Ferrari are salty because what happened to their mirrors, but they probably have to hold that. I don't think it made a big difference to Mercedes anyways this year, personally.
Cool. The mirrors are not going to make a huge difference. It's ridiculous. They acted like it's a double diffuser or something, bro. It's bloody mirrors, bro. It's not going to give you 1.2 seconds on everybody's head top. All right. Next question from Blanos14. Do you think there will be any driver changes during the season? On a Gasly thing, just dash man out the team halfway through the season.
No, I want to say no.
I think that's rare,
Yeah, it's not much.
It's rare.
Yeah, it doesn't have that much though. It's only a Red Bull trying to crash it, then it doesn't have that much though.
Yeah, no, I don't think there will be. It's mainly
I don't think.
Yeah, Red Bull are the culprits for that, and I think they're sorted with Perez at least for the season.
All right, crazy question from Unpaid Intern. Shout out to Unpaid Intern. What chances does K-Mag have to win the title? 0. Nil point. Shout out to K-Mag, but nil point.
Yeah,
K-Mag
leave with something.
That has to be crazy.
Leave with none.
That has is a rocket shoot. Oh Lord.
It's fast, but not that much, man.
Down, bro.
Honestly, it's the same juice as Chris, man. Same excuse.
The Haas team, they were saying that the Mercedes concept, it was like, yeah, we looked at that, but we're not really feeling it still. But and everyone was losing their mind about it.
It's a bit mad if Haas is saying that. Like they said, oh yeah, we tested out from time. We just said, I don't know, still. If Haas is saying that, and if Haas are right, scary hours. Can't lie.
Yeah, scary hours for Mark.
We've got a question about Alfa Romeo here. So at the outliers, at the _outliers, how high do you think Alfa could finish in the constructors with that pairing? Because I kind of like them too. So outliers, I don't know what you're liking with Bottas and Joe. I don't know how high they can finish. I think 7th is the highest they can go.
7th?
Yeah.
Wow, you're generous still. I'm saying 8th.
I predicted them last in the constructors. I don't think they're going to be good.
I'm saying 9th still.
The highest? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Maybe 8th, but that'll have to be a Bottas caddy job against the Williams. Yeah, so I'll say 8th.
I think it will depend if there's a separation between the midfield and then the back markers. If there's less of a separation, then they have potential to maybe go 7th, 8th. But if they're part of the clear back mark group, then they ain't finishing higher than 10th, I don't think.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll do this last question. At Tweetology. Now that Sochi won't ever happen for the foreseeable future, is it possible F1 can go to Kyalami for at least next year? So Kyalami is a track in South Africa, for those who don't know.
That track is cold, by the way.
I would love it to happen, but it will happen because it's not grade 1, and they need the money to upgrade the facility track for it to be grade 1. Every track in F1 needs to be F5 grade 1. Listen, it's not grade 1, so it will happen.
Are we talking about like the facilities and everything like that?
Yeah, the facilities. Yeah, so basically, like with grade 1, it's like the amount of standard. It's like the standard of the track. So it's like the facilities on site. So how many people can attend the stadium? Have they got the corporate facilities to host an F1 event? All of that, essentially. The track as well, is the track quality good enough for F1 circuit? All of that. And at the moment, it's not, but it needs to get funded, man, because same thing happened to Zandvoort. Zandvoort wasn't allowed to be in F1 because it wasn't grade 1 listed until some Dutch consortium backed it, and now it's grade 1. So all climbing needs is hopefully some, businessmen to back it.
They need a big bag.
Need a bag, essentially. That's what you need. But how likely that's going to happen? Very unlikely. Sadly.
Yeah, I don't think it needs many tweaks to it. I think it needs like a couple more like emergency exits, sort of thing. When the tractors and that have to get like the cars and shit, like the ambulance if they need to get on track. I think it needs a couple tweaks, but it's not on major to make it grade 1. But yeah, Lord willing, next couple of years we'll go there, man.
Ain't a world championship without Africa. Just glazing over Africa
and Antarctica, but let's not
get Antarctica. Man.
We're not.
I'm just saying.
Last question. SWVG Lord 1. Shout outs to you.
Super
if that Casino Royale Don finished below the real French guy Gasly, should Anik have to do a forfeit? I don't personally think Gasly is going to finish higher than Leclerc. That's a bit wild.
But Alec's going to need to do a forfeit. That happens.
Well, we're going to make him do a forfeit somehow. But
no, for sure.
Via that way. Not via that way.
Who remembers the video of Anik jumping into a pool? That
video was
Hey, we're throwing him into the Thames this summer.
Wait, he jumped in the pool for what? For Lewis's 100, yeah?
100, yeah, man.
Even though he said he's never going to get it. Shameless.
And obviously, he ran to W as well.
Behavior, man.
That stretch.
Kwame, you can't, man.
No, Kwame cuts out. Man's got that gel ass internet, man. Yeah.
Kwame's trick, man.
But forget him, man. You got that gel ass internet.
We're ending the pod, Kwame, man. You left out, man.
You're gonna
shout outs to everybody that's listening and got here so far. We'll be back. Actually, no, we're not going to end it. Quickly,
you want Bahrain predictions quickly?
Yeah. Give me your podiums, guys. Richard, give me your podium. Bahrain.
Le Mans clear first, Sainz second, Verstappen third.
All right, Antz.
Max first, Sainz second, Leclerc third.
Kwame.
I'll go for pull up and Crash Brothers 1, 2. That'd be Leclerc 1, Max second, and then Sainz third.
All right, and I'm going for Leclerc first, Verstappen second, Hamilton third. We'll see what happens. We'll see how bad these predictions are. Yeah, shout out to everybody that's listened so far. Please follow us at Twitter, Pitstop Fracas, Instagram, Pitstop Fracas, YouTube. Please subscribe. Please like on Spotify. Give us a nice review. Give us a nice review on Apple Podcasts as well. We will be back on Monday with our review of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.